Hello, Edmonton. Welcome to oil country, Prime Minister. This is what it looks like. Who here is tired of selling our oil at a discount price? Who here is tired of getting our oil from countries like Nigeria, Angola, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, all who don't have the environmental standards that we have right here in Canada? Who here can't seem to understand why our Prime Minister and our NDP Premier from BC find it so hard to fight for our workers? Who here just wants to work? We're not looking for a free ride, Prime Minister. We just want to work. Edmonton, this is about the many of you who are here today who are workers, who spend the long hours away from your families and work at home, away from home on a grueling shift work. It's about you who are making a difference for our national interests. It's about you who are sacrificing your families to push for a better Alberta and a better Canada. Our fight today here is for you. It's for your families, it's for your kids, it's for your kids' kids. This is the fight of our generation, and we need our country to know that we're not giving up. A strong Alberta is a strong Canada. We need actions, not words from our Prime Minister. We need what's best for Canada, and we need the Kinder Morgan Pipeline. Justin Trudeau, can you hear us? This is oil country. Build that pipe. Hey, Edmonton. Now, you know what happened today? The Prime Minister is en route to Peru, but he rerouted from Peru because he knew that we were going to be here today, and he knew that Calgary had the same fight the other day. He's starting to hear us, but forgive me if I've heard this before. Actions, not more meetings, Prime Minister. Edmonton, let me take you back to February 13th. A motion was put before Parliament that simply asked the Liberals, in a show of unity, to support the importance and expedience of building Kinder Morgan Pipeline. It was a straightforward motion put forth by our Conservatives as an olive branch to show that we will work with this government to get that pipeline built. The final vote, 88 votes for, 223 votes against. No, two of those votes against were, one was our previous speaker. At least he's here today. He's hearing you now. It's a little too late, but he's hearing you now. But imagine if you're a company like Kinder Morgan and you see 223 members of Parliament vote against your project because they're worried about protecting seats in British Columbia. What message does that send? Especially if two of those members are from Alberta. And it's not just Kinder Morgan. ConocoPhillips has pulled out. Petronas has pulled out. Shell has pulled out. These are jobs and livelihoods in our community. It doesn't get more critical than this. Edmonton, again, this is about our community. This is about our province. This is about our country. And we need to let Justin Trudeau know that he must do everything to build this pipe. We have the most ethical and sustainable ways in the world, but we need the Prime Minister and his ministers to show courage to fight for us. We've lost 110,000 jobs in the energy sector since Justin Trudeau came into office, and we're done. We don't want to lose another one. You know how many jobs the TransMountain Pipeline would create? Tens of thousands of jobs. Canadians want Justin to act before May 31st, as pipelines mean we can build roads in our communities, schools for our kids, hospitals, seniors' homes, and maybe even fund another trip for him to India. I'm kidding, we don't want that again. Edmonton, if this fails, we're putting national unity at risk, but don't worry, Justin called an emergency cabinet meeting. After hours and getting our hopes up across the country, all we got was 3 ministers for a 1:40 press conference. Ministers, we still have cars on the road, we still use planes to fly, we've got phones in our pocket, yet it's all forgotten by a rogue group in BC who say, well, Alberta, you've had your time. You know what? Now is our time. And you know what? You saw the best of Alberta before. I got to tell you, Prime Minister, you've seen nothing, and this crowd is here to fight for it. So Edmonton, what can we do here today? First, turning out here in a cold, still winter day shows how passionate everyone is. It made Justin Trudeau reroute his plane already. Next, tell your member of parliament. Tell them that this pipeline means to you. Real stories from real Albertans matter. Tell the Edmonton Liberal MPs that you need their voice in parliament fighting for you. Sign our petition in parliament that calls for urgent action on Kinder Morgan. We're over 7,000 signatures, but we need this petition to be the most signed petition in the history of parliament. Finally, we need to remember. We need to remember in October 2019 that Justin Trudeau, if given more time in office, will continue to destroy the energy sector and ignore what's right for Alberta and what's right for Canada. We were promised by our Premier and Prime Minister that the carbon tax would earn us social license to build pipelines. We were promised that Justin knew BC and he'd convince them what's good for our country. We were promised that all options are on the table to get that pipeline built. We were promised actions, not words, and certainly not words like phasing out the oil sands. This is Alberta, this is our province, and I'm sorry, Justin Trudeau, but you don't get to push us around anymore.